Alright guys, today I want to speak about afterlife. I know it's a deep topic and I know a lot of people might be sensitive to the topic of whether their theory gets questioned or their ideologies get questioned or anything like this. But the reason I want to bring it up is because recently at work, I know a lady at work and she used to be a, what would I call it? A anesthesiologist, I think it is. Yeah, so she'd put the anesthesia on people. And I was basically talking at work about, like, does astral projection prove if the afterlife is real or not? And she was telling me basically a few stories from in her job role. And obviously she worked in the medical care industry, so she knows a lot about this stuff. And basically she was telling me that in her time of working there, she's had a few things. Well, when she worked there, she had a few things that were quite... Put it this way, you know when someone's dead, when you're an expert on if someone's dead or not, and you think, wow, this person, like, that's a strange experience. Like, this woman works, like, she sees dead people all the time, and she thought that these experiences were mad, so you know it's one of those kind of, like, crazy stories. So basically, one of the stories she told me was that I brought up, obviously, the astral projection thing, and she said one day a little boy had come in, and he'd fallen off his bike, I think it was, doing a motorbike stunt, or some BMX stunt or something like that, and he ended up falling off his bike. So he'd had, I think, a neck break inside his neck, an internalized neck break. So she basically knew that there was nothing they could do for him because he was going to die. And this kid was in a coma for a while, I think, or like unconscious for a while or something like this. I obviously don't want to, like, I might be getting some details wrong because she only told me the story once. If I do, I'm sorry about that. So he was in a coma. He was in a coma when he came out, and she knew that obviously if he lived, like, he's going to be disabled forever. So basically, he came out of his coma and said, "Should I go into the light?" And she told him, "Yes, you need to go into the light. You will need to go into the light. Like, you've been in a very bad condition. You've been in a very bad accident." So she told him this, and he was like, "Okay, I'll go into the light." And he obviously went on his way, departed from the earth. And, like, I think she said, like, 2 hours later, he started putting his arms up in his bag that he was in his body bag thing. And then I think it was, he started putting his hands up in the bag. And he started, like, moving around, and she could see his chest moving up and down in the bag. And then she opened the bag, and yeah, nothing had even happened. He'd literally not even been moving, apparently. Or as to what it seemed, at least. And then another story she told me was that she told me that her brother was in a coma for a few weeks before he died. And when he went into the coma, he only knew 2 languages. I think it was like English and Spanish or something like that. And I was obviously asking her, like, oh, have you ever heard of this coma thing where people wake up and learn other languages? Because obviously she's worked in these industries before. And she said to me, yeah, brother, it happened to a brother. So yeah, she said he woke up speaking 5 languages, even though he'd only gone into the coma speaking 2 languages, which is kind of crazy to think, like, where was he getting this information from? Was it another realm? Was it another dimension? Was it another place that you can go? So yeah, that one was kind of a crazy story. And then, yeah, she's told me a few more, to be fair, but I can't remember them right now. But yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video about the afterlife, and I just thought those anecdotes were quite, I don't know, strange. Especially because I obviously have astral travelled before, so I knew that you can split your consciousness away from your body. Yeah, sweet. Oh, one more thing before I go, actually. Another weird... I had a really weird near-death experience, actually. It's related to the afterlife topic, so I might as well go and say it. I was at a camp. It was a army camp type thing, but it was in college, because I did public services, like uniformed services type thing. I didn't like it, but I did it. And basically, we went on this camp, and we were sleeping under tarpaulins, which is not like a normal tent. It's like just a sheet over you, and you're just laying underneath this sheet. Like, this is you laying, and this is just a sheet over you, and the sheet's just tied to tied to like some trees or something like that. So yeah, they thought it'd be a good idea to come round at 4 in the morning. The teachers, they thought it'd be a good idea to come around with the smoke grenades and smoke bombs and all stuff like that, and throw the flashbangs and stuff like that, and throw them at us, boom, going off right in our faces and stuff, right at 4 in the morning, and it's dark, and you're just being woken up to boom, like that. So I had this, like, before they'd thrown it, they were walking around the camp, and before they'd thrown it, my body was here. Straight away, sucked out, instant. And I'd never had an out-of-body experience before, I don't think, at all. And this was crazy. Like, I went straight up, zooped. And I could see the whole camp from above. And the weird thing about this was that they hadn't even thrown the flashbangs yet. They hadn't even thrown them yet. So I was seeing time before it had happened. I was watching these teachers walk. My tent's over here. I was watching them walk all the way up to it. Saw them do this thing with the hand, throw a smoke bomb. I saw them throw the smoke bombs, and then I'm awake. I woke up, and I was like, I went to my friend, and I still know my friend to this day. I said to him, I've just had a mad out-of-body experience. Like, I've seen this. I've floated up above the camp and seen them throw them flashbangs before they even thrown them. Like, I knew they were going to throw those flashbangs, and he found it crazy, and he still remembers the story to this day. So this is one of the reasons as well. So I'm getting indigestion or whatever. So yes, this is one of the reasons as well that I'm so into this stuff, because obviously everything in your life makes you question what's going to happen in your life. That's the video. That was my Afterlife video. What do you think? See you later. Don't forget to leave a comment down below, by the way.